We'll see how that plays. Jack Smith has a terrible track record with Bob McDonnell, the former governor of Virginia. A case that Jack Smith spun out of straw and turned it into gold back then, got tossed out 9-0 by the U.S. Supreme Court for being crap. I think he's probably on the same track here. I want to go to the state of Ohio here for a moment. Issue 1 coming up for special election on August the 8th, this coming Tuesday, would make it harder, and I actually like this idea, would make it harder for citizen initiatives to change the constitution of that state. I wish in the state that I live, Michigan, it was the same, because basically 50% plus one vote, and you can change the constitution with an initiative put forth by citizens, even though it might not be that popular. I think a 60% threshold is what issue 1 asks for the voters to approve, so that if a voter initiative is put forth, that 60% or more of the voters in a state have to support that for it to change the Constitution. It sets the bar higher. I think it's a great idea. Abortion activists are outraged by it because there's a special election coming up in November on abortion to change everything in Ohio with a constitutional amendment. So they think it's going to mess up their ability to get abortion on demand for anybody ever. What are your thoughts?
Well, and it's beyond just abortion on demand. They're also, trying to make it so that some, official at school can, help a kid get a sex change without the parent knowing, and all those far crazy things that are going on out there right now. And to your initial point, though, that's a big deal, because just like you can have, tyranny of the few when you've got government like that Jack Smith guy you were talking about using his power in such a way, not giving exculpatory evidence to, the president's team. That's tyranny of the few. But you can also have tyranny of the many. And tyranny of the many is when you've got, mob mentality out there, and you've got a press that's not covering an issue fairly. And so, when you heighten the bar for these major constitutional changes, that's a good thing, because that prevents tyranny of the majority. Our U.S. Constitution has a provision in there that guarantees a Republican form of government, and that means that it has to be a representative form of government. And the reason that the founders put that provision in there is for the same reason. They wanted to make sure that they could, when big laws got passed and things that impact, the entire nation or have very, very high import, that the tyranny of the majority, mob rule, wouldn't rule the day. And that's what this provision in Ohio is trying to do.
It's the old story. It's the old story of two wolves and a sheep sit down to discuss what's for lunch, and they take a vote. Right? I mean, that's the old.